Good morning all, and welcome to another installment of Mad History. Today we will be discussing one of the most boring topics yet, the Corfu Incident. Now, to give a little background on the issue. The Corfu Incident took place in 1923, starting in late summer, and is said to be the darkest spot in the history of the League of Nations. Essentially what occurred is that Albania and Greece were having a border dispute. To resolve this, a commission was created with representatives from Great Britain, France, and Italy, and they met in Greece. The Italian representatives were said to be favouring Albania, which angered Greece. Then, those Italians, consisting of a general named Tellini, his two aides, an interpreter, and their chauffeur, were all ambushed and assassinated by an unknown group of people. Of course, Italy blamed the Greeks, and the Greeks blamed Albania. Mussolini sent over a list of demands to Greece, including a demand for a large sum of money. Greece only accepted a few demands, but refused to pay because it threatened their pride and sovereignty. Thus, as is logical, Italy bombed the Greek island of Corfu, killing mostly children, many of which were orphans, invaded the island, and refused to leave. This was until the League of Nations forced Greece to pay Italy the money they asked for and had Greece formally apologize as well as surrender. To quote historian John Spencer Bassett, the Corfu incident had no redeeming feature. To discuss this argument, we have two guests joining me on the show today, Miyaki Dikiani and Alex Walker. Sorry, Dr. Alex Walker, PhD.
Good day, Dixie and audience, and thank you for having me. Based off the information I just read off Wikipedia several minutes before talking to you, I can say that I have a rather unbiased and a good 21st century opinion on the Corfu incident.
Good day. My name is Miyaki, and I am a proud follower and citizen of our great leader, Buichi.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now that we have established that, I have an important question. Would you argue that the Corfu incident as a whole was a success or a failure for Mussolini and fascist Italy?
Success.
Yeah, I would say that it was successful too.
Miyaki, why exactly do you believe it was a success? Many would argue that it was a complete waste of time.
The Corfu incident was anything but a waste of time. We Italians showed those greasy Greeks who was boss, and plus we got a nice hunk of the liras. 50 million to be precise. We taught those Greeks not to mess with one of our fellow Italians, and if they do, they'll have to pay for it. Literally.
I do agree with Miyaki on this one. The Corfu incident allowed the Italians to get a good smack at their old pals on the other side of the Adriatic and also get some spending money. And it really showed the world that Italy was capable of actually going on the offensive and dealing damage rather than just taking blows like they had done so much of during World War I. I don't think the Corfu incident is something the Italians should really be boasting about.
Why exactly would you say that, Dr. Walker?
Like I stated before, the bombardment and attack on Corfu was very successful for the Italians. That is if their objective was to blow up and control a rock off the coast of Greece while killing 20 innocent civilians. Ask any Italian and they would say that the attack on Corfu was a pizza cake.
How dare you? We risked our lives to make sure the Greeks got what they deserved for killing our very dear Tellini. Even the League of Nations knows that we were in the right. They were the ones who even stepped in and make those cringy Greeks hand over the money they owed us.
Don't even get me started on the League of Nations. They literally just sat there and let mean old Italy boot little Greece around. The Corfu incident showed the world a little taste of the Italian fascist foreign policy, and it sure didn't taste good. Unlike everything else Italian.
Alright, that's all I have the patience for on today's installment. Thank you both so much for joining me to discuss the Corfu incident, and I hope you will be able to join me on the show again soon. Listeners, what do you think about the Corfu incident? Was it a success, failure, or both?